Huh. All right. If I log out, I can't just log back in and start this stream over. Oh, we have sound now. Okay. I don't know why. All right. That's good. We have sound. All right, let's hope it holds up. And I put so much effort into the opening. Let's try that again. I'll play some of the same stuff. And I'll explain why the setup. Thank you, Tom, for the super chat. All right. Welcome, everybody. Now somebody's saying they can't hear again. All right. Can you guys hear? Are we having sound? Uh, all right. I guess most people can hear. So, yeah, before we get too far in, let me explain why I'm in my living room right now at my dining room table, live streaming on my laptop. Because we are having some electrical issues at the house and we're down to 50% power. Some of the outlets work, some of the lights work, others don't, including my studio. Studio is down. So I just had an electrician, seriously, 20 minutes before we started today. My buddy down the street, my neighbor, who's an electrician, was out here and we were standing out at the electrical panel and he was trying to fix it, but it turned out to be a bigger problem than we thought. So it didn't get fixed in time. So I'm in the living room. I'm just trying to move forward, you guys. However, I can. I don't know why the sound wasn't. I don't know why the sound wasn't working. I see sound going in and it's not muted. Although I did mute, not that you need to know this, I did mute a thing called Zoom audio device. And it seems like when I muted that, then it worked. I don't know. Again, I don't know why I don't have Zoom on. I'm not using Zoom, but maybe it was hijacking my audio. So, welcome to Tuesday Museday. I'm Kalani. Thanks for being here, everybody. I hope that whoever is not having sound, it will have it. Maybe it wasn't me. I don't know. I'm honestly, I'm happy that anything is working, even a little right now. Again, thanks Tom for the super chat, and let's say hello to everyone. I know that Bill was here early, Bill Bradley and Alex, and then welcome Sienna. I guess your first time watcher, so welcome. That's awesome, and I'm glad you enjoy music so much. Roseanne is here, of course, our gracious host and moderator and information provider. Good to see you, Roseanne. It's been a while. And then we have, is it DD929? Do you want to have a name or just, we'll call you DD, I guess. And who else? And then Tom, of course, is here. Let's see. Lacey is here. Welcome. And I think I'm all caught up. Yeah. Mel, welcome. And am I caught up now? I guess Mel is not. Oh, and Des. I don't know what that is, but welcome. All right, so today's show is going to be a little different than usual because I don't have my looper going. Usually do live looping at the beginning and the end, so we're probably going to have to do something different for the Gimme 5 coming up later. But I thought what I would do today. I have a bunch of instruments. What I did is I grabbed some small instruments from my studio and I brought them out here. Let me try to show you what I have going here. I've got things connected now. I've got my phone connected over here to the Monolini. So let me just see if I can just bring this around. This is the Monolini, and I'm using this. This is available through weplaywelltogether.com, and these guys, this company is called Feeltone, and this is a sound box, and there's 3 sets of strings. Well, there's one set of strings, but 3 different pitches. There's a A and then a D, low D, and then a high D. And there's sets. So there's about 5 or 6 high Ds and a few low Ds, and then some A's. So all together, they make this D, A, D. Thanks, Bill, for the nice comment. And then you can play this thing with mallets. I mean, that's not typical, but you can do it. If you're careful and gentle using your rubber mallet. So it can be percussive, and then you can play with the back of your stick, like the handle. So it's kind of like a dulcimer in that way. So here it is. It's kind of big. It's hard to move around, but looks like that. All right, so that's there. It's out of the shot, but you can see. I'm going to keep this on my tapestry because it looks nice. Did you guys notice this is an elephant, by the way? There's his head. Got that in India. So it's kind of beautiful. So I like to use it as a background if I'm out here in the living room. I also had the Tinkatong 8-note D minor. And I want to show you guys something that I just learned in preparation for this live stream, which I never did before. And I just did it in the opening, both openings. I'm going to put my phone right here so I can see comments and things. But check this out. So I was playing this. I just learned this. So you see how there's the low note here? So I've got this for starting from here and going across. And you can just alternate and it goes up the scale. And you can go back down. Then, but this is my favorite part, once you get here, then you can switch sides and you do the same thing going the other way. And you also have an arpeggiated chord, or this, you go down the scale. And I never knew that before. I never did that. So it's really easy to go up and down. You can either do the 4 low notes or the 4 high notes. Or all 8. All right, isn't that fun? I was so happy to discover that. So, you know, something new from the same thing. I've been playing this for a couple of years and I never really put that together. And that's the nice thing about revisiting something familiar and experimenting and improvising and finding a new way to do something. I think we can apply that lesson to everything in our lives, including ourselves and people we think we know, try to look at things a different way. And I've talked about that before. I call it seeing as new. That's part of music mindfulness. And this is a great example. All right. Welcome, Floyd. Good to see you. Welcome. And you said you're new, just beginning. Does that mean you're a baby? No, I'm kidding. If you were just beginning a new baby and you were typing that, I would be very impressed. No, I think you mean music, right? Playing music. So you're in a good spot. You're in the right spot. If you have any questions, a little bit later on, I will do some Q&A and be happy to answer any questions you have. But welcome. This is Tuesday Museday. So moving on with the instruments, you guys, I also was playing the Zephyr chime. This is like a Koshi chime. Actually, the founders of Koshi chime, I think they broke off and started Zephyr chimes. You know how it is in the industry. So that's also a D minor. And this chime, I'll see if I can show you. It works with these little metal, yeah, you can see them, right? You see those little metal rods in there? We call those tines. And then there's the ball. There's a ball in here, this glass ball. And it hits those little metal rods and then it resonates inside the resonation in the tube. I guess if you had some wind blowing, it might blow this, but I don't play it that way. I mean, we don't really play it like down here. We just grab it and kind of shake it. Or you can do this. Or you can even reach in and pluck them if you can reach them all. All right. Well, it's supposed to be D minor. I'm not sure it is. And then, you guys, we had some what I think are super fun bird whistles. So today, I brought out this whole little pouch. It's a little pouch that I have. It's only this big, but I was surprised. I kept pulling whistles out of this earlier and I was trying them, and I want to do that today for you guys. I want to go through these. I've done some of this before, but it's been a while, and I want to just share these whistles with you because they're little and they're all different. They're all musical. So that might give you some inspiration. And I have a special, yeah, Alex, they look like chocolate. They do. I wish they tasted like chocolate. These are the reason they look like chocolate, though, is because these are rosewood. And it might even be Brazilian rosewood because I think these are made in Brazil. I'm pretty sure they are. And I got these a long time ago before it was basically illegal to ship or transport Brazilian rosewood. So they are rosewood. I don't know if they're Brazilian rosewood, but they're hunting whistles. They basically made this set of whistles for hunting, but of course, as a musician, we like it for just playing music. And if we happen to attract a bird, kidding. All right, so we'll get to those in a minute. But first, we've got a patented feature of the channel. And you know what, you guys? Because I am using my laptop, I realized that I don't have a couple of the assets for my program that I usually have in my computer. And I wanted to go out into my studio earlier and grab them off of my studio computer. But guess what? I can't turn it on because there's no power. So I couldn't get them. So what I'm talking about is the intro video to guess the sound, where I think that's a funny video, but I'm not going to use it today because it's not loaded on this computer. Okay, how is this? Are we back? I just hit that Zoom audio device mute. I wonder if I can take this off. I don't know. Okay. How is it now? Are we back? All right. So that's a weird thing. I guess on my laptop, if there's audio sources listed and one of them is Zoom audio, but I'm not using it. But if it's there and even though I'm not using it, it still cancels the audio for some reason, even though I see audio from my laptop mic, going, I can see the audio. So I don't know, you guys. It's just one of those weird things. Anyway, here, guess this sound. I'll be right back. Okay, hold on. Any idea? By the way, yeah, we're dog sitting right now, and there's a dog like over there, and I just played the sound, and the dog got up, and she's like, "What? What's happening?" So I hope you guys heard that. Let me know if you need me to play it again. And welcome. Is it Pilar? And David's here. Welcome. So, any guesses? I'll play it again so you guys can. It's a weird sound. I don't know. I don't know if anybody's going to get this, but maybe if you're a fan of the channel or you just happen to know, okay, I'm going to go down here and play it again. It's so weird. All right. Any guesses? Alex says pan flute. David says recorder. Alex says small pan flute. Not yet. Keep the guesses coming. I'll give you a hint. I mean, it's kind of along the lines of these whistles a little bit. Yeah, it's kind of a weird sound, right? But the good news is that any of you could get this thing and make the sound. It's very easy to get. So any other guesses? Piccolo, Bill, kazoo. Says kazoo. Piece of metal played like a blade of grass. That's a good guess from Jen. Um, Not yet. We don't have a winner yet. But bone whistle. No, but good guess. I mean, those are all valid guesses, and a bunch of Brazilian rosewood whistles. Alex says not yet. Floyd says jungle sound. Well, that's interesting. Jungle sound. Yeah. Foghorn. Mel says foghorn. I wish I had a foghorn. That would be amazing, right? Especially like in the middle of the night. If you can't sleep, you just go out and blow your foghorn, freak people out. All right, let me show you guys. I'm going to go back to the regular view here. And let me show you. So, oh, okay, good. You should be able to still hear me, right? Because I got rid of that other thing. All right, I hope you can still hear me. So it's this. And we call this, like in the business, we call this a moose call. Moose call. I mean, obviously, it has nothing to do with the moose, but because this is a gas gas line connector for like a dryer, you know. Okay, audio's okay, good. Thank you for letting me know. I appreciate that. So yeah, you could probably get a similar sound with a small hose, like any small hose, but I think the fact that this one has all these ridges, you know, or crimps, I think it makes it even more, the harmonics come out even more. So let me show you. It's loud too. It is loud. So this is like maybe a foot long or something, and it's just a gas line. And you just blow into it, and you blow kind of forcefully, and what you're hearing is like it'll jump up the harmonics. Oh, and Mel is saying elk call. I know it as moose call, but maybe elk too. I don't know. I haven't called that many elk or moose, so I don't know. Hopefully none of them show up right now. I'm like, don't come crashing through my window. So if you, yeah, the dog keeps coming over. He's like, is there a moose over here? I just heard a moose. I'm pretty sure there's a moose or an elk. Where is it? Oh, and Roseanne says, sounds more like elk than moose. All right, well, you guys would know. See, you're up in Canada. I'm in Los Angeles. So I defer to your sound assessment of large hooved animals. All right, so that's pretty cool. So you guys can, you can just, if you want, you can buy this thing, or maybe there's a used one sitting around, and that's like a whistle, type of whistle. So, okay, and Mel says, yup. Elk. I think so. Elk call, is that what I should call it? Just a bit of factoid, a little trivia about the Kalani family. My grandfather was a member of the Elks Club, and I have his elk's tooth. He was an elk. So yeah. Do you guys know what Elks Club? It's like the what do you call it? It's like Rotary Club, Elks Club, it's a club. I don't know if a lot of people do that anymore. I think there are some clubs. I don't know about elks, but okay. Cow call, cow elk. All right. Let's go on. And I want to focus on these bird whistles right now because there are many. All right. Hey, Richard. Richard Bruner is here, one of my flute friends. Richard, put a link to your, if you don't mind, put a link to your music in the chat because Richard writes some and plays some wonderful music. Beautiful. Um, and you guys ought to check it out, I think. So let me see. I'm getting all these whistles out. I'm just going to put them, look at this, in my patented whistle holder. There's a bunch. Okay, I dropped one on my computer. Is the audio still okay? All right. We're going to kind of go from low to high. Oh, and I have some other weird whistles like this one. This is bizarre. I'll show you this later. And I have some kind of like what you could call novelty whistles a little bit. We'll get to those towards the end. Hey, Cornelius is here. Welcome. All right. We're about to. Cornelius, you just missed the guess the sound, but it's okay. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't have gotten it. But I would have enjoyed your guesses. So, all right. Here we go. First one. This is what I call a bass samba whistle. It's got it's like a, you know, a T shape, and you can change the pitch over here by doing that. So let's hear what that sounds like. So this whistle has, it's kind of like a standard, like a sports whistle, because it has the, I'm sure there's like a whistle specific name for the ball that's inside of the chamber. Maybe one of you guys knows it. I'll just call it the little whistle ball. I kind of want to call it the whistle pea, like a pea, because it's like the size of a pea. Oh, actually, this one is it's like a dowel inside there. I can kind of barely see it. I don't think I can show you guys, but anyway, it's in there. All right. So, oh, is it called a pea? Oh, yes. I think I knew that from like that was like in the back of my mind. So the whistle pea. All right. And a few of these have peas. Some of them, not just a couple actually. So this one has a whistle pea, and it gives it that, you know, what we could call a trill kind of sound in musical terms, or a fast kind of vibrato, right? So, all right, let's go on to a higher pitched. I thought I had a regular pitch samba whistle, but now I'm not seeing it. Oh, this one, I think. Yeah, this one is like a regular samba whistle, because, and then you can change the pitch on each end. It's got a hole. So this is kind of typical, and we play it like this. And you can direct traffic with that one, okay? Here's another one that has a P. In fact, it's kind of it's kind of like the letter P. I know what you guys are thinking, and no, I do not smoke anything out of this or anything else. But isn't this one weird? So the hole that you put your finger over is way over here, and then there's this long, looks like a Klingon warship, doesn't it? I just dated myself. But then this section is like, you know, the regular whistle, but I don't know why. I don't know why it has this long thing over here. It's like kind of extra, but listen to it. I think it could be like crickets, like a cricket sound. I'm just gonna play it the regular way, and I mean like non-cricket way, and then I'm gonna play it like crickets. But check it out. If you go like this, you know, or whatever, you try to make a cricket. Something like that. Different kinds of crickets. What do you guys think? I like this one. I want to use this one in live looping now. I want to do an environmental kind of background thing. All right, let me see if I have any others with P's in them. Oh, this one. Okay, I can see it. This one is a very tiny one. And I think it's a single note one. It just has this one end you blow in. But, oh, you can, with this one, you can put your fingers like here and change the pitch. That one is, I don't know how it sounds to you, but over here, it's really like, ah. Welcome, Jen. Jen is a new patron, by the way, at Patreon. And Jen was just at the Solstice Flute School up in Prescott, Arizona. We were there last week. So welcome. Great to see you here. So that's another one. High pitched. All right, let me see. I think we're out of whistles that have the P's in them. Here's one that's similar to the last one. Now we're going to go into non-P whistles. All right, and then, so this one looks like that. You blow in there, and it's got this little delicate handle, which I don't know. I love these though. Aren't they beautiful? Look at this. So cool. It's tiny though. Now, if I knew a bunch of bird calls, I could I could actually replicate them. I'm just playing around right now, but I bet some of you would actually know some bird calls. But isn't that a sweet little whistle? And by the way, the Native American style flute, which we studied last week and played, here's an example. This is a synthetic one. This is a whistle too. It's really easy, you guys. So that's why I kind of advocate for playing the flute. Even if your main thing is drumming, you can pick up a flute and add it, and it's really nice because then you can add melodies and sound effects and other stuff to your drumming. So, and there's such a long history throughout the world. So time-wise and also geographically of drums and flutes, right? Fife and drum, um, taiko and whatever their flute is called, but or shakuhachi or whatever the flute is, the bowron and the penny whistle in Ireland. There's so many examples of flutes and drums together in music that it's just a nice complement. So why not? Yeah, Roseanne started playing the flute. You don't have to do it to any great degree, but I think you'd be surprised how easy it is to start playing the flute, and then you can. And then the thing is too, if you're a drummer, if you've been studying drumming, you already have the rhythm stuff that you've been working on, and you can apply all of that to your flute playing. But it's just nice to do. All right, so that was that one, high pitched one. Let's go on. There's a bunch here. All right, so I'm going to get into the next row of these, and let me go with kind of a plain one. This is sort of a lower version, and this is weird too because I have two of these. I've got two of these, right? And they're pretty much identical. Same pitch, but one, and all these have numbers on them. This one, so this one is 19. It says 19 on it. I don't know if you can see that, but it says 19. And this one, I think it says 13. It's hard to see. I think it says 13. Maybe that also says 19. That would make more sense. So they're all numbered. But here's what it sounds like. Oh, you can go on the end here. Super versatile, you guys. Just one hole, but it changes in pitch a lot, right? It goes from really high down to low. I feel like that's what, like a minor 10th or something. Just off the top of my head, I'm not sure. So it's like an octave over an octave, I believe, from that one whistle, and it's loud. So that's that one. And oh, here's a nice one. This reminds me a little bit of a mourning dove. And it also has these corners. Oh, this one's number 13, so the other one can't be 13. This one. I was just doing a song from West Side Story there. Again, I mean, these are all different, which is kind of crazy. But don't you like that one? I like it. It's just cute too. It looks happy. Hello. All right, let's move on. Still a bunch. This one, super simple. I don't think this one is part of the same set. You can see it's not, it just looks plain, no number. All these other ones have this marking on them up there, you see? They all have that kind of branding and the number. So that one has its own number. We'll get to this one in a second. This one's really cool. But this is a different whistle. Just one note. Maybe that's a mourning dove. All right. Now, let's finish up with the Brazilian rosewood set, and then we'll get into some other stuff. Okay, so this one, you guys, check this out. I love this one. Watch. Okay, this is a cap. And look at this. It's got this springy thing on the end, right? Check this out. You get this going. The aliens are landing. That is crazy. Want to see? Can you imagine looping this one with this one? I can't do it right now because we don't have the looper, but crickets. If I heard that, I would just go the other direction. Just go away. Anyway, isn't that fun? So, and then when you're done, put the cap back on. Boom. I guess you could. No, it doesn't work. Doesn't work. All right. Okay. We're getting to the end of these. So here's another one that's like a 3-tone. It's got holes on the sides and a large opening there. So you can always do multiple pitches. Oh, that doesn't do much. Another one. All right. Now, the last one from the Brazilian set that I have, and there might be more of these. I have a lot of them. I have most of them. Is this little guy, and it's just a straight hole through. And I think, see now, I don't know. You can play these any way you want, but I'm just trying to figure out the sort of like correct way. Now, if I read these, like this is number 32, and most of these, the numbers are like reading from the bottom up, right? So the numbers here, it's right side up, right? And then the top is here. So I'm going to assume that since the number is right side up, the top is here and you put this in your mouth. So let's hear what that sounds like. And you can suck in or blow out. Actually, so the first one was blowing out, which doesn't do a whole lot. So if you suck in, see, a little practice, you get a lot more sounds. And Lacey, you're saying you have a bosun whistle. Yeah, that's cool. For a ship, that has a nice sound, right? All right, so that one is super high pitched. And let me find the other one that's kind of similar. This one, now we're going to go into a different set of whistles now. These three, and I think there's another one somewhere. I got all these in France when I was visiting France, and there was somebody selling these down in Aix-en-Provence. Beautiful, one of my favorite places on the planet. And I got these. So let me show you these. This one has a tiny little hole, and you just blow in that side, and it's similar to the last one. So it sounds like this. And I'm just, kind of blowing in and out. The dog is still looking at me. What is that? I think she's just resigned to the fact that she's not going to figure any of this stuff out. All right, so this is a little high pitch, right? I don't know what that is. I don't know what any of these are trying to be, really. Okay, and then this one is another single pitch. It's a large, I think it's like a dove, maybe. Or maybe not. I don't know. Kind of high. But it has a kind of a nice medium tone and full tone. As opposed to this one, which I played earlier. This one, you put your hand over this end and then you blow into this end. And I love this one though. She's up again. I don't think it's supposed to sound like a baby crying, but that's what it kind of sounds like. Or something. Rosemary's Baby. All right, we're getting into the last bit. This is the last wood whistle, and again, this one, I know, this one and this one, I think I go in the same set, but it's a different set. And so this one is similar to some of the other ones. Oh, and it has a P. It's okay. It sounds like a lot of whistles, I guess. Now, this one is fun. The dog's walking around trying to find it. All right, so again, I don't know what that's supposed to be. Some fowl. Do you think it's a chicken? I don't know. It's kind of a squawky sound, right? Okay, before we leave the world of birds, I got a couple more, and then we're just going to do a couple sound effects. We're almost done with the whistles. Classic, Acme, and I always forget which end. I don't know. I think you do it this way. Nope. duck call. And this is actually an Acme duck call. So pretty fun. I don't use it a lot. Oh, and Bill's saying the last one that I played sounds like a, is that tonette? Tonnet? Yeah, I'll take your word for it because I don't know. You talking about this one? I feel like I've heard that, in nature or somewhere, but I don't know. All right, but then duck call. So if you want to, if you want comedy, it's not. I would not want to be woken up with that sound. I guess I think Acme still is in business. I don't know, but I think they are. I think you can order stuff in a catalog or something. I mean, probably, a big company just bought their catalog and their name. But yeah, Roseanne says yes. And if Roseanne says yes, then I believe her. Because Roseanne, unlike many of you, I shouldn't say you, unlike many people, actually checks things and verifies them. You guys, a buddy of mine sent me this meme today, and it said this is the first year in 666 years that Halloween will fall in this year. It says Halloween will fall on Friday the 13th. He said, I didn't fact check this, but and of course I didn't fall for that because obviously Halloween is not on the 13th of the month. But anyway, I thought that was funny because he said some people said, "Oh, really?" Talk about not fact checking. I mean, you should know that anyway, right? Halloween's on the 31st of October, so it cannot be on Friday the 13th. But because it's a leap year, next year, Valentine's Day will be on Friday the 13th. Really? All right. We're going to, oh, and Roseanne put a link. That's awesome. acmewhistles.ca. All right. Okay, here's one of my favorite ones also. And this one, you don't blow in. It's not technically a whistle, but it's still a noisemaker. And this is a piece of wood. And then there's this little piece of metal, and there's some rosin on here. And it just sits in this little spot there. And you turn this, and again, I haven't been practicing this lately, but yeah, kind of cool. If used sparingly, I wouldn't go crazy with this one, but that's what that is. Now, this one's coming up, but not yet. Before we get to that, let's just go over a couple other Acme products. So, because I have them. This is a classic used in cartoon music and movie music. It's called the Acme Siren. And I've got 3 of them. I don't know why. I think that's not the best one. Right? Who can name the popular Warner Brothers cartoon that often featured this? I think it was it Looney Tunes or Warner Brothers? So I've got 3 of these. So if I wanted to, I could triple up. I don't know why I have 3 of these. And then also from Acme, wind whistle. And I use these. We also call this a J call. I think they sell it as a J call. And I don't know how to make the sound of a J, but I can do this. So I've used this in some music as a it's like white noise, right? It's kind of a pink noise, white noise thing, and you could use this as a reverse cymbal, maybe like, or the other way, or just do a crescendo, or like some wind. I've used it if you've got a break and there's some atmospheric stuff, and you can put it in there. It's just like kind of a really cool effect. And we've got double. All right, last one. Thanks for hanging in there, you guys. Oh my God, we're almost out of time. I guess we're not doing the Gimme Five today. So if you have any questions, let me know. This one, we'll go a little late today. This is a nose whistle. Yep. So you put this, and I first saw one of these Airto Morella, the Brazilian percussionist, was playing one of these. Check this out. So you put this up to your nose. It looks a little weird. You look like Hannibal Lecter. But you blow out of your nose, and then you change the like the volume of your mouth by putting your tongue like forwards and backwards. And I can't really show you, fortunately for you, but you just get sounds. I haven't been practicing this either. So again, I'm blowing out of my nose though, and I'm just kind of like going with my mouth, moving my tongue mostly. All right, so that's a nose whistle. And that, my friends, is all the whistles. So crazy. Clash, and Lacey says Clash of the Titans Owl Boo Boo, 1981. All right, is that something we should look up? All right, you guys. We're gonna go just another minute or two because we can't really do Give Me Five today, unfortunately. But I want to welcome you all. If you're first timers, I hope this was interesting, and hopefully next week we'll have power back in the house, full power. We got half power now, so I can run a few things, but I'm glad this worked out okay. It's great to see everyone. We were off last week because I was in Prescott at the Solstice Flute School. I have seen Clash of the Titans. I remember that movie. Yeah, it was for its time, it was pretty exciting, right? So let's go watch that this week, and we'll come back and we'll talk about it next week. But welcome everybody. Thanks again, Roseanne, for moderating, and thanks to Tom for the super chat. And welcome all the first timers for Tuesday Museday. Usually it's a little different, but I hope it was nice anyway. And you'll either see me back here in the living room next week, and I'll bring another set of mini instruments, something else that we can try. I could show you guys. Yeah, and in the meantime, there's some videos I'm posting. I just posted another video in the 2-part, soon to be 3 or 4-part series on flute restoration or flute modification. So, but still, you guys, I want to say that even if you're mainly into drumming and maybe making instruments, that's a total valuable and valid video for you, because I show how to repair and fill holes with CA glue and wood shavings, and I'm basically doing some woodworking stuff in that video. So whatever you're into, it's just good to have information and learn about things, because you might need to fix something, whether it's a drum or a flute or an ukulele or a tongue drum or whatever, or a manolini. All right, everybody. So we're going to sign off here. Thank you for joining me, and go check us out at patreon.com/Kalani. And I really appreciate everybody who's a patron, especially our courses tier patrons. You guys are the first class customers, so I do appreciate that. Have a great week, everybody. We'll see you next week.